everyone. Today is kind of a interesting little teardown. I actually had no intention of doing another Tommee Tippee pump, but one of my clients, actually multiple, was offered a portable pump over their wearable pump when, after multiple returns and replacements, they just could not send out working pumps. So one of my clients got this and was actually interested to try it rather than others that chose the refund. So she got this pump, gave it a shot, and she was trying single pumping mode. One of the things with this pump though is, as you can tell, it doesn't come with a cover. You can hear it's extremely loud. It's double pumping right now. But what's actually happening is it alternates. So it's not just pulling both ports at the same time. It's alternating which port it's pulling from. So if we switch that over to single side, you can tell like it still captures suction on the side. An interesting thing is if you block this port, it actually weakens the suction on the side that it's supposed to be focused on. So she reached out because originally she thought it was another defective pump, which who could blame her? She had been through Lord knows how many wearables. And initially, the company told her no, or that they did not know. They thought it was defective too, which, great. Now my client's extra mad because it seems like she's gotten multiple broken pumps, including a portable now. Well, after discussing with their engineers and everything else, they were finally able to answer like, oh no, it's totally fine. It's working the way it should. Completely decided to ignore the fact that they had just told her, oh, it's already coming apart, that they had just told her that, no, that's not how it was supposed to work. But, engineering claimed it was doing fine. So, we're going to tear down this pump and see what's the truth behind the matter. Let's go ahead and get this undone. Already we can see all of the foam build up here that they're using to try and make it quiet, even though this is not a quiet pump. So sometimes it's like, why do they really bother? Okay, got all those disconnected. This looks like the Baby Buddha LED screen where it's just kind of clipped in there. So we should be able to just push these back. You can see there's your springs controlling all of this. Here's your screen. There's going to be lights up under this. So this is what they're using as a muffler. Oh god. This company really, or the manufacturer, I should say, the manufacturer really likes their foam. Have our battery, 6-volt valve, another 6-volt valve, and then the motor, muffler, which I don't know why they ran it out so far. They could have just set it up there, but okay. Let's see. This is the entire kit caboodle. This is just a piece of silicone. It goes all the way through, and then there's your ports. Now, as you can tell, these connect to your valves. All right. So let me put all this in like that. Okay. So this is basically, let me turn it that way. This is basically how it's in there seated. So even though you're only plugged into, let me grab a tube. Even though you're only plugged into one side, it doesn't really matter because there's only one motor And basically the only things happening is it's alternating which valve is opening or closing. So even though you have just one plugged up, you're still gonna feel air and movement happening here because it's still alternating. So this valve is still kicking and you're still going to feel that off and on whenever you're up here against the port. That's also why if this gets blocked, then it goes into basically double pumping mode, and you actually find that you'll lose suction to a degree on the single-sided because it's going to be, at that point, intentionally opening the valves in a way to double pump. But the air leaking and things with this pump is just a design flaw, essentially. As you can tell, it's just a design flaw. It actually does operate that way. And unfortunately, because my clients can't trust Tommee Tippee, we tore down a pump just to confirm the suspicions. So, end of the day, just like their other pump, it just has a few flaws. And yeah, on the bright side, this one does seem to work for some. It's not what I would use like on a daily basis, and it is kind of loud, but since we have the pump, I'll review that in the future, and we can all look forward to that together.